Hey guys, welcome back to the process. In today's video, we're going to be answering one of the biggest questions I've gotten since I've started making videos, and that's where do I find all of my really good deals? And honestly, I find most of my deals just by browsing around and looking for cards that I personally like and want for my collection. And once I find a good seller of cards that I like, I tend to buy in bulk from one seller, especially if they have really good prices, to cut down on costs such as shipping and just time in general. If you can find one really good seller, normally they have more than one card that you may be interested in for grading for your personal collection or just, in general. The lot that I got today, I bought off of TCG Player for $25. I believe I got 27 or 28 cards from this one seller. It was a brand new seller. They had like 2 feedback, and so with this purchase, hopefully that helps boost them up a little bit and gets them, a little bit of recognition. And also they had a lot of their cards listed a little bit below market prices, and I believe that is because he was just starting out, he or she was just starting out. And if you can take advantage of those good prices and help somebody out in the process, that's fantastic. Going into the lot we bought today, the first card I got was a jungle non-holo Vaporeon. I just really like Vaporeon cards. Normally whenever I see one at a good price, I'll pick it up. I picked this one up just because of the price. The centering on it's not too great. I probably wouldn't get this one graded. I would resell it as a single. I paid $1.44 for this card, and I would probably resell it for $3 or $4. It's in pretty good condition overall, and I'm sure somebody would be very happy to get it at that price. Going into the next card I purchased was another Vaporeon. This one is the Dark Vaporeon from Team Rocket. It's from the Unlimited. And right now this card is actually going for quite a bit if you get it graded. And this card is in overall pretty good shape, honestly. Let's take a look at that. There's no nicks in the corners, anything like that. The centering is not perfect, but I think it's within the realm of possibly getting a PSA 10. I would not be surprised if this came back. I don't see any dents, creases, or anything like that on the surface. That's why I put it inside this card saver instead of leaving it in the sleeve it got shipped in. A PSA 9 was the last sold Dark Vaporeon non-holo, and it actually went for $140. The only other one that I could find that had recently sold was a CGC 8.5, and that went for $80. And let me find it on my list here. I don't believe I paid more than a quarter for this card, and I was very amazed that they had it listed at that price. Let's see if I can find it on this list here. Yeah, I paid a quarter. Team Rocket Dark Vaporeon, they had it listed as moderately played, and right there you can see 25 cents. It's a really good deal on that card. It's very, very nice. I could definitely see this coming back to PSA 8, 9, definitely a 10, and really hitting a home run off of a quarter purchase, especially when it was almost free shipping because I got all of these cards from the same seller and it only cost me the 99 cents he had for the shipping price for one card for all of the cards I ordered. Going into the next card we have here, I'm actually going to get into this one, is a Diamond and Pearl Hound. This is from 2008. It's from the Great Encounter set. I really enjoy Hound cards, and this was another one that really caught my eye. He had pictures listed of this one, and there was no nicks or creases or anything that I could see. And when I got it and could really get a good look at it, I still didn't see any imperfections whatsoever. Overall, it's a really good condition card. There's actually only been one of these graded ever. That's the total population. So I could definitely, see turning a decent profit off of this card. I could probably sell it for $20 or $30 depending on if it came back 7 or an 8. I don't think it's going to get any higher than that because there is a little bit of edge wear up here. But overall, it's a really nice looking card. And I'm really glad I picked this up. All these cards were, most of them were under $1. Like I said, I got 27 or 28 cards, I believe. Nope, 26 cards, and the total price was $25.44. So far we're hitting a pretty good home run off of just the 3 cards that we got originally. What made me find this seller was actually his listing for these Legendary Collection Squirtle cards. With the Skyrocket and, you know, all of the base set cards and everything like that, I wanted to take a look at the Legendary Collection cards and see what they were doing, because it does have the same artwork and it's just a little bit less expensive than base set cards, obviously. There's 70 graded of these Legendary Collection Squirtle cards. 53 of them are PSA 10s and 14 are PSA 9s. The artwork is the, you know, original Arita artwork from base set. The last PSA 10 of this sold for $250, and that was about a week and a half ago. And the last PSA 9 sold for about $81. I got those 2 prices off of the Pokemon Price website, which is a really handy tool. It collects all of the last sold prices. 2 of these Legendary Collection Squirtles are in really good condition. I could see them getting 8 or 9s. I don't think any of these would get a 10 just based off of, you know, the centering, and there's just minor imperfections on the corners that are really hard to see. This is one of the better ones, but there's one here that does have a little bit of whitening on it up there in that corner you can see. I probably would just keep this one for a binder copy, honestly. I paid $2.78 for each one of these, and I could probably triple my money just by selling these raw right now with how good of a condition they're in. This one was in really good shape too. I could see this one coming back as a PSA 9 potentially. And for $2.78 and the, you know, $10 grading fee, potentially being worth about $80, you know, you can't beat that. Going into the next card here is a couple of non-holographic Alakazams from the Expedition base set. Alakazam or Gengar, probably my favorite Pokemon. You know, I like Gengar, Alakazam. Articuno is my #1 favorite. Alakazam, Gengar, probably 2, 3. I picked up these cards because they were pretty inexpensive for what they were, and they did come from that same seller, so buying in bulk definitely does help you, you know, save on shipping costs and everything else. Let me take a look. I paid $2.97 for each one of these Alakazams. The current PSA population of these is 50 for PSA 10s and 15 for PSA 9s. The price for the PSA 10s going for about $150 for this non-holographic card, and for the PSA 9 it's about $80, and PSA 8 is about $50. It's a pretty popular card. Quite a few of these have been graded, but with how popular Alakazam is, it's always going to be, you know, in demand, and I could easily see selling each one of these for $40 or $50 no matter what the grade is when it comes back. I don't think it'll get any lower than a 7 or an 8. I don't see anything to, you know, with my naked eye, but there could always be something there for sure. But overall, this is a really great artwork. You know, it's a pretty old card from 2002, you know, the E-series. The e-reader cards are really popular, really scarce. And for $2.97 with the potential to make over $100, I just couldn't pass that up. So I picked these up along with those Squirtle cards and these other ones that are sitting in front of you from the one seller off of TCG Player. There is one small little nick in the corner of this one. It's barely noticeable, more than likely 7 or 8 on this one, but it could still easily turn a profit off of this. Even if it came back, you know, a 6 or a 7, people would just buy it to have in their collections. And, you know, you don't have to make a whole ton of money off of just one card to do well. You can make $5, $10 off of, you know, a bunch of cards, and you'd be doing really, really well. Going into the next card here, we have a Machamp. It's a reverse foil from Crystal Guardians. I saw this card with the same seller, and I was just like, I gotta get this, because he had pictures posted and it looked flawless. I mean, there was nothing wrong with the centering, the corners. There didn't seem to be any scratches or anything like that, dents. It looks like a perfect card to me, and I would be very, very happy if it came back a PSA 10. I wouldn't, you know, I'm not counting on it, but it would be really great if it did. There's 9 total of these in population. There's 4 10s, 4 9s, and 1 8. There's no sales on this card. I would actually keep this one for my personal collection. I'm a really big fan of the reverse holo cards, and the, you know, the Machamp, Mudkip, and Swampert Evolution line is one of my favorites. Overall, really nice looking card for the EX Crystal Guardians. I have another EX Crystal Guardians. It's a Delta Species Cacturn. Just picked this one up mainly because I thought it would be really cool, and when I got it, and I was really happy with it. There's about 30 of these graded. There's no sales history really on these. People who tend to get them graded usually keep them. There's a pretty good nick in the corner there. I more than likely would not get this one graded. I would probably just sell this one raw. I paid $1.36 for this one, and recent eBay listings have been selling for around $8. Listed for a little bit more, but the actual sold ones are going for around $8, so we can make potential, $4 or $5 after fees and everything. The next card we have is a Light Machamp. This is from the Neo Destiny set. It's another non-holographic card, and the centering on this one is not fantastic, but the corners, edges, and surface and everything like that look really great. I would probably send this one in to get graded and be really happy if it came back a PSA 9. The total population of this card is 47. There's 30 PSA 10s and 12 PSA 9s. The 10s are going for about $90, and the PSA 10s are going for about $90, and the PSA 9s are going for about $45. And I paid $3.76 for this card. This is actually the most expensive card in the lot, which is surprising considering what we've looked at so far. But overall, the edges, corners, and surface look really good. Centering doesn't look perfect, but with the way PSA is, sometimes they are pretty lenient on the centering, and I'd be really happy if this came back a PSA 9 and I could resell it for around $40, $45, for my $3 card. I have a bunch of other cards that I purchased. These were around, 20 cents to 25 cents, and I would send these in to be graded just to turn around and sell and have inventory on my website and eBay. I would probably list these at like $15 just to make $1 or $2 off of each one. They're in really good shape. Non-holo cards are really easy to grade for the most part, and overall, the Gym Heroes Gym Challenge sets are really popular. I got 3 Blaine's cards here, the Ponyta Vulpix and the alternate Vulpix art. Let's take a look at those. So those would be, really, really low margin cards, but I think in the long run it would be worth it. The Selectabuzz here is from Dragon Frontiers. It's a reverse holographic, and this one is just another really cool card. This is probably going to stay in my personal collection. There's not a whole lot of information on this card. There hasn't been a lot of them graded, but the last one that did sell was a PSA 8, and it sold for $49.95 on eBay, and that was the only sold copy I could find. I probably would send this in to be graded, and I would just put it in my personal collection because I really like it. These other cards here came in the same lot, but there was, major flaws or just quality concerns or price concerns, and I didn't think it would be worth it to get any of these graded. I have a Pop Series 3 Vaporeon that I picked up. This is just a really cool card. It's from 2006, and Pop Series cards are, they're just cool. There's nothing really, too valuable about this card unless it was in really good condition. This one had a really nice swirl on it, but it does have scratching on the hollow foil. This one's going to go into my binder. Got an EX Ruby and Sapphire Makuhita. This is just, it's a cool looking card. I paid 17 cents for this, and when I saw the price, I just immediately clicked add to cart. I'm going to get a drink of water real quick. Gotta stay hydrated. I know the YouTube algorithms and stuff like that don't really like you to go over 15 minutes on your videos and whatnot, but I'm having fun with this, so we're going to keep going. Another one of the cards I picked up, this one was 22 cents, a reverse foil Graveler from 2009. I just thought it looked really cool. It's nothing I would get graded, but I would probably put this in one of my bulk lots that I sell on eBay, and somebody who picked this up would be pretty happy to get it, honestly. I know I would be if I got a card like this in a bulk lot. Got a Marowak from 2012, another reverse foil card. I paid 14 cents for this one from that same seller. This Swampert was listed as damaged, and he had it for 35 cents, so I was like, what the heck, let's see what it looks like. And it has pretty heavy scratching all over the hollow foil. Other than that, it actually looks really good, to be honest. had some technical difficulties where both my monitors just turned off and it automatically turned the record off. So getting back into it, we have a couple of Radiant Collection cards. I spent 11 cents on each one of these. They're not too valuable, and I wouldn't get these graded or anything like that at the current market, but I have seen a lot of people talking about Radiant Collection cards and being really interested in Radiant Collection cards, so I could definitely see these going up in price. And you know, for 11 cents a piece, it's just something I'm going to put away and see what happens in the future. Some of the last cards that we picked up, just more of the Gym Challenge cards. Kogazekins, Blaine's Charmander, Blaine's Vulpix. These aren't in the greatest condition, so you know, they'll probably end up in bulk lots or in my own personal collection. But you know, I paid less than 20 cents a piece for these, and just, you know, the nostalgia of having these cards is really nice, and I enjoy picking these up whenever I can. In the next video, I should have some stuff coming in from Japan. I have some personal collections that I've bought, smaller ones, nothing too crazy, but it's just, you know, more cards that I'm going to be buying and selling, you know, part of the process that I go through to, you know, support my habit of, you know, wanting to buy all these cards. I do appreciate you all being here and taking a look at my videos. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and just like I said, thank you. Have a good night.